This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We are rolling.
Oh my God. Cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart. Oh,
wow. I tell you what. I mean, okay, I will tell you. I am bad with technology, and we always know this, but we especially know this when I'm on the road and realize I brought like nothing.
Oh, well, now you get to see what it was like for me down in Florida, making sure I had everything. And this, like we said before we started, this should be easier to do for us, but I think we overcomplicate it for ourselves. Well, I have so many wires going on right now that I'm
like Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah, like if someone from the Geek Squad came in, I would feel like a loser right now.
You would be the geek. They would be like, take our name.
Yeah,
take our name.
Exactly.
Okay,
well, how is North Carolina?
Oh my God, I'm just bursting at the seams. Well, first of all, I'm 3 hours ahead, so I've already had all the caffeine, even though I could do more. I see you're drinking a cup. What number is this?
I'm drinking from a Theraflu non-sponsored mug. Somehow months ago, they sent me a bunch of Theraflu with nothing, no requests or anything. So
I feel like that's almost a neg.
A little bit of a neg, and also a true sign that I have aged out of like the I'm getting Red Bull category.
Like now we're just getting shit that are sponsors for The Price is Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Family Feud.
I know. I'm hoping for a life alert by the end of the year. So
I'll get like, oh, cool. I got a planner's warts medication. Sponsor. Oh my God. No, I went to Best Buy today to get everything besides this microphone because I didn't have it. And once again, I saw a big display. Shaquille O'Neal, Shameless O'Neal he's now hawking wireless printers.
He is?
Like, what won't the man sell?
He
besides his soul.
Yeah, he must have such a deal where he's allowed to also represent like conflicting companies.
Yeah, he reps Pepsi and Coke.
He reps everything. I feel like he must have such a low quote for his participation in a sponsored thing that everyone's like, yeah, we don't care what else you promote. We just want you doing this.
But I understand Shaq, doing Icy Hot. I get that. He was a professional athlete. He's 8'42". Yeah. He's going to have some aches and pains in those big ass bones. Yeah. But like, I don't think of an easier ink refilled printer and go, that's a Shaq attack.
Yeah, I want to go, well, he needs one to print out all the contracts for all these sponsorship deals.
There we go. You brought it together.
I also feel like he is the poster child for like fumbling baby adult. Like he's really made that his brand, which I truly respect because I'm following his lead on all of that. So I could only hope to be as desired for being incapable as an adult to promote all of these things.
True. I mean, I give it, we might need like a pool of how long it takes for him before he's a Theraflu sponsor.
Right? I mean, he might actually sponsor our podcast if we asked him to.
Oh my God, please, please, Shaq. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. I want to hear about North Carolina. You've already created Instagram stories that look idyllic. You're having like beautiful days that feel like they're from like Anne of Green Gables books or something.
It's great. I mean, everything has been wonderful. You know, I'll tell some stories. But the first thing that I was like, oh, record scratch. Uh-oh.
What?
As liquor. They sell it in these certain stores. Okay. And certain hours, and in Los Angeles, you can
anytime,
get liquor
anywhere.
They sell liquor at like Babies R Us in LA.
The babies will deliver it to your doorstep.
And here I'm like, it was a Sunday evening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I could go for a big ass cocktail because I just settled into the house. You know, I want to celebrate. And then
because you were with your friend for a couple days first.
Yes, I was staying at my friend's house who has like 2 little kids. More on that later. Wow. But I stayed there for 5 days. And so I came here and I was like, time for a big ass lemon drop martini. Couldn't get it. It's like a regulated store you have to go to called the ABC store.
Yeah.
And like you have to like drive to it. Like you can throw litter and it lands in a liquor store in LA.
I know. Well, that's the thing. We're so spoiled in Los Angeles. When we lived in New York, it was the same way, that you had to get liquor at a liquor store. You couldn't just walk into a Rite Aid and get it. I remember coming out here the first time and seeing that you could buy liquor in the CVS. And I was like, this is a dangerous place.
Blew my mind. It's like, I just needed Band-Aids, but now I have a handle of Burnett's.
Yeah, and I'm going to need way more Band-Aids.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. So yeah, I have been having a damn time. I went to a botanical garden this morning.
Ooh.
I've already signed up for a foraging class next week.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, that's the place for it.
We're doing it up. I'm excited.
You're living a very opposite life. This feels like you are becoming the pioneer woman now.
How dare you? I would never. No, I am going to try to live as locally as possible. I'm going to be like a real big dork about it.
That's cool.
So yesterday I went to the farmer's market and got a ton of stuff because they have them like every day here. And it was so perfect. Everyone's wearing masks because Asheville's actually liberal.
That's awesome.
And but I scoped out all the different places, finally found the one that had the best local cheese.
Oh,
I know. A sharp cheddar, a Havarti dill. I'm a big dill and cheese girl.
Shoot. I mean, yeah, spare no expense.
I just said I'm a big dill and cheese girl, and I was like, dill and cheese sounds like someone on Riverdale.
Yeah, it does.
I'm a big dill and cheese fan.
Yeah, it sounds like a failed porn star.
Totally.
Your name's almost there.
We got more to talk about with porn.
Oh, yes, yes.
But I scoped out everything. I compared everybody's product, and then I went up to pay. I'm next in line, and I hear the woman go, those Democrats are making everybody think we're forcing our kids to school, and that's not the truth. And she was going off, and you know what I did?
What?
I put the cheese back.
Wait, it was a woman that owned the store?
It was her little not cart, but little area. And I was like, I can't buy cheese from that.
Yeah, no, you can't, because that's that's indirect support of those beliefs. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I'm buying local, but I'm not supporting all the locals. You know what I mean?
Great. You got to be choosy.
So anyway.
That sounds so delightful. Yeah, it seems like everything is just like delightful there.
Oh my God. Grace, I do have a story for you.
Please, I'd love to hear one.
Now, I feel bad because I feel like I cheated on you a little bit.
Okay. Did you start another podcast with very candid banter?
With Helbig. No, I got Botox.
Good for you. I knew that you were leaving, and we had talked about it before you went, but we hadn't made any money moves on it. So I didn't know how you were going to go.
Well, so I'm staying with my friend Ash in like a little town subsect of Charlotte. Okay. And it's super duper cute. It's like little downtown. First thing that we did when she drove me into it, she goes, claim to fame, the Jonas Brothers' parents live here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you might see Priyanka might be walking around.
That's what I was saying. I was like, Jonas Schmonis, but like, I want to see all their mates.
Yeah, the
you
Chopra
know what I mean?
Might be
we got
in town.
the Chopra. We got the chick from Game of Thrones, and we got the girl from New Jersey.
Yeah.
One of them married their high school sweetheart.
Yes, that's right. Oh, yeah. And then, the Game of Thrones one, they're new parents. So
I know.
Who knows?
So, anyway, she was like, that's their restaurant. They named after their grandma. They come home for Thanksgiving, and it's like, you are just looking for the Jonases. I was like, what a weird, fun detail.
I didn't know that they were Southern.
Their dad is, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're a family band, so they were clearly like Southern, and he was a preacher or something.
Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
But so I'm at Ashley's. I'm there a couple days, and I'm like, I need Botox. Like, I'm starting to crop out my forehead in Instagram stories. I just need a judge.
You went a little light on Instagram stories. I was like, she's up to something. I feel like she's avoiding the story, and there's so much going on because she just landed. So like, something's up.
No. We were actually kind of like just chilling at the house. And I also never know if I can Instagram story someone's kids. I could ask, but I'm also just like, even if they're cool with it, it still feels weird.
Yeah, I get that.
You know? So I'm like, I need to get Botox. She was like, I do too. She was like, I need it too. It's been forever. So she starts researching, and there's a little spa in the downtown area. And she finds this woman, this esthetician at a spa, little salon. And she was like, well, I've got the bio for her. And I'm like, okay, great. Okay. This is the bio. This is how you know we're back in South. Okay. I'm a proud wife to a contractor named Britt, mommy to a sweet, adventurous redhead little boy, and I am in love with anything that has to do with steel drums.
This is the esthetician's bio?
Not where she went to school.
And I'll poke a needle in your forehead if you want me to.
As long as you play Under the Sea or Kiss the Girl. Oh, and I'm a sucker for anything steel drums.
Oh, that is... Wait, so don't even take her to the Caribbean. That's going to be a wild time for her.
Forget it. So I was like, oh, I'm obsessed with this woman.
How do you think you discover that you're a sucker for a steel drum?
I'm assuming she goes to the Bahamas. Yeah, I'm assuming she went to the Jamaica, got her groove back.
Wow. Okay. So you know really what kind of light background music is going to be playing in the lobby of that office.
I just came in with one of those hats with dreadlocks attached to it. Can I get a deal? My band is coming through town.
And she's like, that's problematic, but I'll give you some Botox.
So problematic. I can't believe they exist. Anyway.
Wow.
Whether you're on month 1,011,011 of being around your family or you're just kind of bored this summer, I've got a way to fill them hours, y'all. And it is the game Best Fiends. And if you're not playing Best Fiends yet, you should be. It is hours of fun you can enjoy anytime. It's got challenging puzzles to solve, cute characters collect. I'm telling you, these fiends are adorable. There you got this one fiend. His name is, it's Quincy, and he's got one eye and two teeth, and I'm obsessed with him. I think him and Beans would be great friends, but they can't be friends. They can only be fiends. But don't just take my word for it. There's over 100 million downloads. So everyone is already playing or should be playing, and you don't want to miss out. If you find yourself in a random weird place at random times, let's say you don't have access to Wi-Fi, that doesn't matter. Once you download it, you don't need Wi-Fi or any of your cellular data. Plus, it updates monthly. So you're not going to download it, play it for a little bit, you're hot and heavy when it starts and then you get bored. No, they update it with new challenges, new characters every single month so it never gets old. The perfect relationship. Best Fiends has thousands of levels already with new levels, events, and characters added every month. It's hours of fun right at your fingertips. And you can even play offline. With over 100 million downloads and tons of 5-star reviews, Best Fiends is a must play. Download Best Fiends free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends. And you and your friends will be fiends once you both start playing and see which one is doing better. Okay, I might have a bone to pick with a nephew of mine.
Guys, you already know this, but whether you're working from home or working on your fitness, you want what you're listening to be what you're listening to, not what your roommate or your neighbor or that stranger that wants to hear what you're listening to talk about it on her podcast is listening to. Mamrie and I have very openly admitted that we try to scoop up everyone's audio out in the wild and use it for our own personal benefit. But guess what? With Raycon earbuds, you don't have to worry about us or anyone else that's as nosy as us. You can get a great pair of wireless earbuds, and you don't have to drop hundreds of dollars on a pair. Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of other premium wireless earbuds on the market, and they sound just as amazing as other top audio brands that you already know. And their newest model, the Everyday E25 earbuds, are their best ones yet, with 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and more compact design that gives you a nice noise isolating fit. And as someone with tiny baby ears on a full-grown adult body, I need that noise isolating fit. I need that gentle care for my tiny ears. Raycon's wireless earbuds are so comfortable. They're perfect for conference calls or for binging your favorite podcasts. Hello. We want you to be comfortable while you listen to us quack at you for 45 minutes. Unlike some of your other wireless options, Raycon earbuds are both stylish and discreet with no dangling wires, embarrassing, or stems to distract anyone during your video calls. Ugh, how tacky. And if you didn't know, the company was founded by Ray J and some other celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Melissa Etheridge, Brandy, just to name a few, are obsessed with Raycons. And now you can get the latest and greatest from Raycon. You can also get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/TMGW. That's buy, B-U-Y, Raycon, RAYCON.com/TMGW for 15% off your Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/TMGW.
Girl, here comes the story. That ain't even the story.
We're not at the story yet. Okay.
So we make appointments, right?
Uh-huh.
Ashley's husband has like a coworker coming over, and they like know the family and there's kids. So they were like, her friends came over and we all socially distance hang. And her friend is in the wife is in trucking. She told me a lot of times. She was like, I'm in trucking. And also, can you pass the salt? Because I'm in trucking. Like, very proud.
What does that mean?
Like, helps with like freight trucks, like scheduling things. Anyway, she was hilarious and amazing. And Ashley goes, oh yeah, we're going to go get Botox tomorrow at the blah, blah, blah spa. And she goes, oh, I'm friends with her. And we were like, oh, really? She goes, she does my Botox. We met at a Botox party.
A Botox party. Okay.
Yeah, where you have the esthetician or whatever it is who does Botox come and do like 20 girls at a time.
It's like a Tupperware party.
Yeah, so she makes bank and like and then everyone has it done at once and doesn't have to like go to the spa in the middle of the day.
Honestly, great idea.
Right? Like fuck a Tupperware party.
Yeah. No, I want to walk home with a smooth Tupperware forehead.
Or a very red one.
Yeah.
But so anyway, she's like, oh yeah, she's been doing my Botox. I was so upset like when it was closed. I never have time to get to the salon. I'm going to just text her. And I mean, I'll meet her at Bojangles. Bojangles is like a Hardee's.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll get Botox at Bojangles.
Are you showing off? Or, I mean, that doesn't feel sanitary, but I believe that you will get Botox out of Bojangles.
100%. She was getting seasoned fries, a Cajun filet biscuit, and 20 milligrams of Botox in her forehead. So anyway, we're like, oh, we've already got a rave review. Yeah. We got steel drums. We've got this
Yelp
chick.
in real life. Yeah.
Exactly. So we go there. Everyone is, mandatory mask. I've been very safe, but I was still just like, oh, this is weird. This is interesting. People are getting their hair cut. We go in the back way. We go into her little office. And like when me and you got it done, it was like sterile, doctor, lab coats, all the jazz, right? Very
Beverly Hills. Yeah. Everything you see on television.
No, this woman was wearing a sleeveless Leonard Skinner shirt, like jeans, like gold, like slide on flats. Like she was fully like headed to like a country concert, like, like Pinteresty.
Wow. Yeah. Like, she was going to go play her steel drums after this.
Right. Totally. Yeah. She was going to happy hour at Chili's. But so Ashley gets it done. I'm a huge baby. I have to get numbed. I'm sitting there. And as she's about to poke me in the forehead with a needle, a train goes by and shakes the building.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, well, maybe we'll wait for this to end before you come at me with that. And she starts laughing and laughing. And so anyway, I ask her, because I'm so nervous, I go, has anyone ever passed out while you've been doing this? She goes, oh, honey, all the time. And I was like, really? She goes, let me tell you about this thing that happened a couple months ago. She goes, I was halfway doing one cheek with cheek filler on this girl. Right? She goes, and she was so nervous. She brought her, what is it? Animal.
Oh, support animal.
Support animal for anxiety. Yeah. And it was a German Shepherd. And I mean, this office was like tiny, right? Her little Botox office. She goes, so I've got one cheek done. And she goes, hey, I'm about to pass out. And if I do, that dog's going to get aggressive.
Oh my God.
Because the dog would probably think that like she like murdered her, the owner. Yeah. Right. So she's like, what? And the woman passes out, half a cheek filled.
So she's got a wry smile and passed out.
Yeah. So she's winking and breathing hard. So she says she goes, that German Shepherd started growling at me and growling. And this is the kicker, Grace. She goes, I was about to call our massage therapist because she wrestles pigs on the weekend. She could have handled them.
Oh, the massage therapist wrestles pigs on the weekend. And she was going to handle the German Shepherd emotional support dog for the woman that had half a cheek of Botox that was currently passed out in this woman's office.
I am dying laughing.
Wild.
I'm like, what? I go, well, then what happened with the dog? She goes, I got some alcohol swabs. I woke her right up. And she goes, I offered to do the other cheek later, but she refused.
Yeah, what do you do with half a cheek filler?
What do you do? So she was like, so I had to do the other cheek and make sure she stayed awake.
Wow. Oh, that's so wild.
It absolutely killed me. And the one other thing from this visit that really got me is, I mean, I am like crying laughing, which is not what you want when you're getting poked on the forehead. I am dying laughing, and I say to her, I go, has anyone ever like had you laughing so hard that you like couldn't do it because you'd have a shaky hand? She goes, oh yes. She goes, oh, I was giving this woman Botox, and I met her at the Botox party where I met Emily. She goes,
this is a very big social gathering.
I had no idea. She's the Kevin Bacon of Charlotte.
Yeah, truly.
And so she goes, this woman, I was giving her Botox for the first time. She had me laughing so hard I had to back away because she told me the story of the first time her and her now husband, but boyfriend had sex. She thought it'd be fun to try a backflip, and she just farted in his face. I'm like, why are you telling? She goes, yeah. She was like, oh, I'm gonna do a little flip, and was just like all up in her husband's face. And I was like, she was telling you this within the first 5 minutes of meeting you. The South is different, Grace. The South is fucking different.
I have so many questions.
Oh my God.
What? I didn't know that a backflip in the bedroom was something to achieve or possibly experiment with.
Maybe they were in like a 69 position. Something was happening.
She was like just rolled backwards off of it and then
farted in his face.
The most intimate experience.
But like, she's telling me this.
Wow.
Like, I'm
but
like,
you know, when we went to that office here in Beverly Hills, that guy was a chatty Cathy telling us secrets about Hollywood celebs that he swore he couldn't tell us who it was, but told us every other detail about the person until we figured it out. So,
but we've told that story on here. Y'all know who he was talking about.
Yeah, that's loose lips.
But it just killed me.
Who knew?
I was literally there for 20 minutes and I learned all of this.
That is so funny. That makes me want to fly out to visit solely to get Botox from this woman. I gotta see this legend in person.
And she was mysterious because we're all wearing face masks and she's, she can do her own stuff.
Right.
And so from what all I saw, she looked very young. And then when we were giving her our birth dates to plug in, she was like, oh, you guys are babies. So I'm like, what's under the mask?
Yeah. What is under there? How many years have you frozen into your face?
Truly, it really fucking cracked me up.
Oh, that is so funny. But congrats. You look great. Nothing seems to have... Nothing has any weird side effects. So it worked. She's a pro.
It was like I had went to one of those places you see influencers go where you go and they like put a thing on your abs to give you like equals 1,000 crunches in like 2 minutes. That's how I felt leaving that place. I was laughing. I was laughing. I was like, is this okay for the Botox if I'm crying?
It's amazing. Oh yeah. Wow. Now I want to experience this woman in real life.
You got to.
I have a critter corner for you.
Oh shit, what happened?
Something close to a critter corner. So last week, usually I have an Orkin guy that comes like every month or every couple months.
I did Orkin before I left.
Yeah, and usually they'll like text before and like settle on a date and time to come by so I can put Goose away and all of that. But the guy just showed up one morning last week and I was like, okay, this is fine. It was like first thing in the morning, I like scrambled to put pajamas on and like went out and let him in. And Elliot wasn't here. He had gone to his office to work. And I let him in and he had my phone number. So I was like, just let yourself in, out, whatever you need, dogs away, call me when you're done. He was like, no problem. So a couple minutes goes by. He calls me and he's like, I'm outside still. Do you have a trash bag? because we've had these mouse traps like in our house for months because we thought, I know, I didn't want to tell you about them.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not coming over. I'm gone for months.
Right. I didn't want you to think when I was coming over to record that maybe one bounced in my bag and it was like over there.
Who was that fucking, was it Ralph the mouse? Who was the mouse that like had a tiny motorcycle?
Oh, I don't know. Wreck-It Ralph or something?
No.
I know what you're talking.
No, Wreck-It Ralph is a human.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Ralph the mouse.
Oh,
okay,
but yeah, I'm sorry that I got the
he had
wrong
a motorcycle.
Ralph. Oh,
yeah, like Stuart Little was a nerd. Ralph the mouse was a bad boy.
Ralph the mouse is a thing? It's a
book. It's a series of books.
Oh, I don't know anything about this.
Okay, I need you right now to Google original Ralph the Mouse.
Original Ralph the Mouse. Okay.
And Google image it.
Oh,
and this mouse is cruising on a hog.
That thing's pretty cool. That guy, he's got a little backpack and he's got a little colander on his head for a helmet.
So if one hopped in your backpack, that's a loser. If he got on a tiny motorcycle and followed you and like skidded into my driveway, I might rethink. Yeah, I'd be like, "Come on in here. Do you want a whiskey?
Do you want a beer?" Yeah, but we haven't caught anything in these traps for like months and months, so I forget that they're here. And so he said, "There's something in the trap. If you have a garbage bag, like I can get it." And so
my God,
I come outside and I give him a garbage bag. And he was like, so I'm going to get him and I'll take him with me because they dispose of the animals. And honestly, it was we're both wearing masks. And so I could only kind of hear what he was saying. And he was like, I'll take him and we'll be on our way. And I was like, okay, no problem. So I'm in the back of the house with Goose and I'm just kind of like sitting and waiting for, a few minutes. And I'm looking at like my front camera to see like if or when he's leaving so I can let Goose back out because he didn't like tell me specifically. And so I'm waiting like 5 minutes and I come out and it seems like he might still be here. And I'm trying to look at my camera again. And then I wait another 5 minutes and I realize like, oh, he's definitely gone. But I come out and the bag that I gave him is sitting on my deck.
No.
Like I can see it from my living room. I just come out and I see this bag sitting on the ground out there. And I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
So he asked me for a trash bag for a dead rodent. I gave him
Could you
trash
see
bag.
like how large of a thing was in there?
I couldn't. I was just like, he must still be under the house and he just has the bag there and he'll have to leave. But no, he was long gone because I get an email of like the receipt for Orkin. And I'm like, this has all happened within 10 minutes. How did this man forget to take the bag?
He had one job.
He had
one job.
And so I'm like pacing around the house by myself, being like, what do I do with this? So I find gloves and I put on like rubber gloves and I like run outside and I grab the bag and it's like nothing's in there other than like maybe feces. I don't know, but I'm like, and I run to the garbage can and throw it away. And I was like, wait, so did he use the bag to get the mouse out of the trap and then take it in something else and then leave this bag on my deck? And now I'm just sitting here with it. It was wild.
Maybe they have to put it in like an official Orkin
That's what
bag.
I assume, but there was like, I was sitting in this room out this window just staring at this bag on my deck being like, today's the day. Today's the day I carry a dead mouse to the garbage.
What if it just started like moving?
I would have lost my mind, truly lost my mind. But it was delightful can I get a garbage bag? Of course. And then just leave it on the deck and leave.
My God. So did you follow up? I mean,
no.
You have to give that a bad rating. I'm sorry. You do.
He was so nice. It was so confusing that I was like, this is a hilarious prank if you're a scandalous little Orkin guy and you want to leave some fun behind. But yeah, it got me good and it woke me up first thing in the morning. But supposedly we're all clear on the rodents here now.
Really? Okay. Wow. I mean, we know from our Palm Springs disaster. Jesus.
Yeah, they're wild. But we do have gophers and we had this squirrel that's been Hannah and Ella came over the other night and we were all just sitting on the deck and this squirrel spent like 10 minutes digging through the yard. It seemed like it was looking for a nut forever and we were like joking and laughing about it. And then all of a sudden it pulls this giant nut out of the ground and it starts eating it. And then it goes into a different part of the yard. It eats it for a couple minutes and then it buries it back up. But it buries it so...
Wait, it ate it some and then it reburied it?
And then it reburied it. And it buried it in such a human way, it blew all of our minds. Granted, we were all a little high, but we all sat there watching this squirrel bury this nut. And it used its hands like this, side to side, to bury it. It was it was so ridiculous. It looked so silly. I was like, that's a human dressed as a squirrel burying a nut in the yard.
Like pulling it out of the ground, eating it, putting it back in. Like that's me when I throw away a bag of chips.
Yeah, exactly.
That isn't done. And I'm like,
but also it was
go
like,
back in there.
Right. It was like drunk me looking for shredded cheese in the fridge, knowing that I have it at 4 a.m. But we were joking. We're like, this squirrel doesn't even know what it's looking for. It's digging everywhere. And then all of a sudden this giant ass nut comes out of the ground. I was like, I'm sorry that I doubted you.
Get it, son.
A few weeks back, I became a Thrive Market member. Thrive is delivering organic and sustainable groceries right to my door because you guys, I'm freaking lazy. It's crazy out there. I want all the delicious things like the vegan mac and cheese and the lime flavored tortilla chips and even the supplements to, cancel out all the other stuff delivered right to my door. I cannot imagine shopping for all my favorite goodies and chips and even some goodies for Chip like I do at the Thrive Market. Once you try Thrive Market, you'll love it as much as I do, and here is why. As a proud Thrive Market member, I get the products I love, and my paid membership provides a free one for someone in need, like a low-income family, teacher, veteran, or first responder. How awesome is that? Plus, Thrive Market tailors to over 70 different diets and values like paleo, keto, or plant-based, delivering the highest quality organic and sustainable essentials from groceries to healthy snacks. Also, they do have meat and seafood, clean wines, hello, non-toxic cleaning, and bath and body. I literally go on their website, I put in vegetarian, and a plethora of things are at my fingertips. As a member, I'm saving 25 to 50% off traditional retail prices, and their carbon neutral shipping, check it out, is free on orders of over $49. The savings I get on my favorite clean organic programs are pretty dang cool, but I also feel good about helping to support communities in need. My mac and cheese and tortilla chips can help someone who actually needs it. In addition to membership matching, Thrive Market has raised over $750,000 to date through their COVID-19 relief fund. That's something you can feel great about contributing to. So go to thrivemarket.com/TMGW, join today, and you will get a free gift of your choosing up to $22 in value. That's THRIVE market.com/TMGW to start your risk-free membership and get a free gift today. ThriveMarket.com/TMGW. Go get your snack out.
Oh, wait. So are you I do this quite a bit, and it's disgusting if I would be sharing this cheese with other people. Another cheese. I mean, we're back to cheese. Ralph the Mouse and cheese. Yeah. I will put my hand in a shredded cheese bag and just like pinch.
Yep.
To try to get them like to stick together as if it's like a small ball, and then just like try to get it to my mouth without dropping a ton of shards.
Yeah, without leaving.
It's a risky game.
It really is, because it's literally like leaving an obvious, embarrassing trail behind that you're like, there will be no casualties in this war.
Yes, because if it's a shredded mozzarella, they're more of a hefty one. Right. But if you get like a Mexican cheese blend, that's like the angel hair of shredded cheese, and it can go. A gust of wind could pick it up.
I love it so much. It's but I'm so glad that this is a common thing that we all do.
Yeah, you just do the pinch and get it to your mouth as quickly as you can, because I only eat shredded cheese with the fridge door open, where I look and I'm like, there's nothing there, and be like, I'll just get a pinch. But like, that's not a good thing to walk into.
No, I eat it with the door open because it makes me feel like I'm being quick and just getting a little bit, but then I'll just eat half a bag and be like, I could have made a formal sit down meal for myself by now.
I could have had a quesadilla.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
I know. I definitely, over the course of 24 hours, ate a whole ball, like a soft ball of buffalo mozzarella.
Kudos to your body.
I don't think it was pleased, but it was one of those things where I got some. I was making a caprese salad at Ashley's house. I got 2 just in case, only needed 1. And then when she drove me up here, she was like, oh, I put your like leftover cheese and other couple things in the fridge. And I was like, I'm going to eat that whole goddamn ball of mozzarella in the next 24 hours. I have it coursing through my body at the slowest pace imaginable.
Yep.
But to combat it, I took a Pilates class yesterday via Zoom.
Nice.
Yeah, it was the dance studio I go to occasionally. I've told myself I gotta do something. Yeah, I'm over here eating balls of cheese. Like I gotta do something good for me. So I signed up online and it was a Zoom, and it's this woman I've had before who I remember taking her in person when she first started at this dance studio and being like, over the course of this hour, she has somehow slid in that her husband is younger than her twice.
Twice. Wow. A specific and curious detail.
A very specific. And she's one of those people that like her bio doesn't say she loves steel drums. She's like, I've done Kilimanjaro twice. You know, like
she's got a lot to prove.
So anyway, I already knew personality wasn't my fave, but she'll kill your abs.
Yeah.
She'll destroy it. So anyway, I check in and I don't put my video live on Zoom classes because I'm not a psychopath.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I have never done like a Zoom class for exercise. Do people like have their cameras on so you can watch everyone else struggle workout over the internet?
Terrible. Like if you're normal, there were only 5 of us and we had like just their names up and mine has like a profile picture pop up. But I've done dance classes before where it was like a woman signed on. This was more of a dance class and like a couple people are doing it. And you can see too, they're like sequestered in a part of the house away from like their family. Like there's dirty clothes. There's like it's like a gross part of their backyard.
Yeah, they're like in the back of their pantry. It's the only place they can be alone.
But this woman signs up and she's with like a 6-year-old. This was an advanced class and so no one talks during it. There's always a chat on the side of like, or like a thumbs up, like, you know, to the teacher. Okay. She's like, I brought my grandbaby. She gonna dance with me. I literally, Grace, 2 seconds. It took me 2 seconds to go into the chat and go, can everyone mute their mics?
You said that?
Me.
Wow.
I'm paying money for this.
Ground rules. Good for you.
You know.
I mean, otherwise it's going to like, I'm here to work out. I'm not here to make friends.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, she's set up and she's in her, like on her front porch and it's very lovely and you can see the back and whatnot. And there's a little bit of noise happening. And she goes, sorry guys, we're going to get started in a second. Pardon the noise. It's my husband's motorcycle. Speaking of, it wasn't a mouse. She was like, my husband's motorcycle. And she goes, he's going to work today. He's going back to work in a cubicle. That sounds smart, right? And I'm like, oh my God.
Does she think that she's making a YouTube video?
I don't know. We're all being there just like, just show us what to do for our ass.
Yeah.
So we get started and she's like mid, like we're doing a thing where you're like balancing on your ass bone and like, you know, hands in the air, arms out, like all that stuff. And she just goes, she looks behind her holding the pose, comes back and goes, well, he didn't even say goodbye. I swear to God, she goes, well, he didn't even say goodbye. And then she looks back in, she goes, I mean, I talked to the UPS man more than him. Wow. I was like, we got to get you out of here. Like your marriage, this is not the place. This is not a Zoom therapy session.
Wow. She thinks that she's doing like a talking head for her reality television program.
Yes. Everyone was like this, like, that's why I'm like, I'm so glad no one was on video. Cause I stopped and was like, I stopped to write down the note on my phone for the podcast. But yeah, full on calling out her husband for going to work and her not approving and then leaving without saying bye.
That's so wild. And she's doing this on her end to a screen of just like thumbnail photos of people. Yes. Like there's no one participating back at her. So she's talking into a void because you've already told everyone to mute their microphone. Yes. Can you believe that? I'm like, I want you to go back to find out the update of this story.
I'm going to take her class on Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm like,
well, by the time this comes out.
if anything, you got to find out if the husband has come back. And
well, that's why I'm like, well, do I check in a week and there's like a fucking U-Haul in the driveway and he's moving out?
Yeah. And she's in a new condo. And it's
right?
Totally different.
She's got just massive lip filler. Just like, I'm bouncing back. Okay. Yeah, she's very passive aggressive. Like she even like she'll do the thing where she'll be like, if that's not hard enough, you can try this. Or like, if that's too hard, you can always go down to your forearms. I mean, I'm not going to do it. Like,
wait, this is the woman. This is the woman that has said that the man on the motorcycle that left without saying goodbye is younger than her.
Yes,
and that she's like done Kilimanjaro.
She's trying to prove something. She also said something about drinking enough water, and then she said, and I quote, she goes, "Some people like that flavored sparkling water. I don't drink any of that." I was like, why are you telling us this?
Yeah, no one is judging you. No one thinks that you're doing a bad job.
Yeah, sorry your husband likes LaCroix and you have fights about it.
Wow. I do feel like, that this whole pandemic and the state of the world has allowed people's boundaries to be reformed and allowed a lot of walls to come down, and everyone's just kind of spilling their guts all over the place. I got before this, I was trying to do some research on stuff, and I got really into on Reddit. There was a thread. What is it called? It's called "What is the most disgusting secret you're hiding?"
Oh my God!
Some of it is very intense. But some of it is so bonkers. Listen to this one that I found that I don't know how I feel about it. Okay. Darth Vicker says this. My wife went out drinking with coworkers and got shit-faced. I had to struggle to get her inside. Blackout drunk, crying, puking. It was a nightmare and not the first time doing this. After putting her to bed, I shit on the driveway next to her car door and told her she did it while drunk and told her the neighbor saw her do it. She found it going to work the next day. She has not gone out drinking since, and this was 4 years ago.
Holy shit.
Literally holy shit.
Can you imagine?
I don't know how real that is, but those guts were spilled on Reddit, and I read that. It was like, what? Wild.
That's crazy. Well, I did want to bring it back to, we said last week we were talking about Pornhub.
Yeah,
and
I didn't comments. Look at I haven't looked at the comments. A lot of people shared that there is a Reddit thread of porn comments specifically.
I love that. I thought about Googling, like a BuzzFeed one, but instead, right before this started, I went on Pornhub.com. I've been Xing out pop-ups this whole time.
All the pop-ups are just Shaquille O'Neal being like, you like porn?
You like Pornhub? We got you covered. And then you like this ointment? So anyway, I was like, well, I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to have people reverse engineer what kind of porn I like by finding the video. So instead, I just clicked on one on the homepage that I thought had the best title.
Okay.
And there were lots of, and everything is gross, come titty dumpster, but this one was called, it was we're a different kind of family, something like that. And I was like, okay. And then I click it and I immediately just scroll down to the comments because I didn't need to see it, muted it.
Yeah.
But I picked 3 comments under it. And I guess I'm assuming by the comments that a girl is getting boned while playing a video game.
I mean, this is a fun game to
what's happening in the porn.
Yeah, try and guess the porn based on the comments.
But I chose 3 comments that aren't just bots trying to get money. The first comment is just, I can't believe this has a better backstory than Black Ops 4 Zombies. I'm like, okay, I like it.
All right.
The next comment under this porn was, I have given this vile video a look, but at what cost? I have nutted my most shameful nut yet. In fact, I shall do 12 Hail Marys and pray for forgiveness on this day. Forgive me, brothers and sisters of God. I did not mean what I did. It was only temporary lust, but alas, I shall live with the sin forever. Dear God, amen.
Wow. How is that are there dates on when these people have
these are all in the last 24 hours. This was that front page new.
Oh my God. Okay.
And then the one last comment that I screen grabbed because I was just too nervous to be on Pornhub this close to recording it was 16 hours ago, and the comment is just, who else ain't 18 yet?
Who else ain't 18 yet?
Yes, and it was by username I'm not 18 yet X. I was like, this kid just realized he can see porn for free and was like, in case something is illegal about this, I'm going to let everyone know I am underage.
Anyone know that you can fake your age on these websites? It's wild, guys.
I am not 18 yet. Those cracked me up.
Oh, those are great. Well, speaking of like maturity, you see what the fuck this baby nut's up to? Speaking of nuts and maturity.
Baby nuts? What?
Baby nut, Mr. Peanut. There's a whole...
Oh, okay. I saw Tyler. I woke up to a tweet from Tyler that like tagged us because Baby Nut says he has an announcement. Has the announcement been announced?
Yeah. So
this motherfucker, I mean, truly the cause of 2020 breakdown.
This is it's very confusing. So Baby Nut has mysteriously become Peanut Jr.
No.
And the pinned tweet as of recording this a few hours ago, I'm officially 21, my friends. Before you ask, yes, I was just a baby. What can I say? It's been a nutty year. Now someone get this peanut a beer. Hashtag make my birthday nuts. And there's a video of now it's a 21-year-old nut at a bar asking for a beer. And it's the bartender just being like, so you fell off a cliff, came back as a baby, and now you're 21. And then the Peanut goes, yeah, it's been a weird year. And that's it. I don't understand this.
Don't like Peanut Jr. Here's the only benefit, I think, from this is that this nut has gone from a baby to 21 and what a matter didn't he debut at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
So that was February or January. So in the course of 7-8 months, this nut has grown to 21. The only silver lining is that this nut will die quickly. If they age 21 years and 9 months, then what? He's old Mr. Peanut by like November?
This is what I'm asking. What is the life expectancy of a nut? Because that Peanut was like 67 for about 300 years and then all of a sudden became a baby and is now 21. So I don't know if they're fucking with us in terms of like how we feel about we've aged in the year 2020, but... also, in response to this, the hashtag block Mr. Peanut is trending.
Oh my God.
People
I love
have
it.
adverse feelings to this campaign. And I don't know how I feel
street
about
cred.
it.
Like now I kind of want to tweet at Peanut Jr. Just to be like, 21, do you deserve a drink? Just to see if he responds. But I don't want people to be like, why are you tweeting at Peanut Jr.? He sucks.
Yeah, because also by now he's 35. Yeah. I also looked at the suggested Twitter profiles, and one was for the Kool-Aid Man, and I've never seen the Kool-Aid Man's Twitter, and I went to it. And it's like just a coked out jug of juice. Like all the tweets are like
amazing.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh,
Kool-Aid's got a lot of sugar in it.
Oh, and they really are playing to their strengths. They don't back down on it being just a frenetic, energied Twitter account, but it'll wear you out.
I'm calling this now.
Yeah.
Peanut Jr. is 21.
Yeah.
I think in November, they will do another promo ad that Nut Jr. is the legal age to run for president. Whoa. And it will be, Mr. Peanut for prez. Yeah, because I think the timeline makes sense as far as age. What do you have to be, like 35 to be president?
Yeah, that would make total sense. Also, by the Super Bowl next year, it'll be about the age of actual Mr. Peanut again.
Wow.
Is that the plan? Because as of now, it's very unclear. Wow.
And then can we bury him for real?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a spot on prediction. I'm curious to watch it.
You heard it here
happen.
first. I mean, I called that Mr. Peanut was going to be reborn into a baby.
I know. That's what I feel like. You have the inside scoop on this, and your instincts are on.
I got the peanut butter scoop.
Senses.
So that is my spin-off podcast.
Love it.
Well, give me that nut with Mamrie. Well, I mean, yeah.
I got more stuff to say, but I think we should save it for next week.
I think we should absolutely save it because, between Botox and everything else.
You got to go ice your face after all
this.
This
This got weird.
Yep.